Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more news from the Golden State Warriors, but before that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. The date for the start of the regular season is approaching and the Warriors have made specific signings, but fans want a star of the magnitude of Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant to be signed. But to sign a star, it will be necessary to lose some young values. Rumors: Warriors want to do business with Bucks. The Golden State Warriors failed to qualify for the playoffs last season. Meanwhile, the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis Antetokounmpo qualified for the playoffs for the second consecutive season, but they failed to get past the first round. Ever since the 2021 NBA title, things have not been smooth sailing for the organization. There have been many rumors floating around of Antetokounmpo being traded to another team, but those feel like they are a bunch of nonsense. Sam Amick reports Golden State Warriors are still interested in Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Golden State Warriors still want to compete for NBA championships and not rebuild as long as Steph Curry is on the roster. Truth be told, Golden State is not an NBA title contender with the roster they have now, especially with Klay Thompson leaving for the Dallas Mavericks in NBA free agency. The Athletic's Sam Amick went on to the TK Show podcast. The only chance he has of heading to the Warriors is if he requests a trade and if things go completely wrong with the Bucks. Amick said, "One that I think is just always going to be monitored around the NBA is if the wheels fall off the Bucks. We know that Joe Lacob has had dreams of Giannis coming the Warriors' way for a very long time. Again, unlikely, but Chris Middleton is going to be a free agent next summer. I think Giannis is worth monitoring. Player option: Chris Middleton will then become a free agent. If not, then he will be a free agent after the 2025 to 2026 season. Giannis Antetokounmpo being traded anytime soon will be a pipe dream for any contender. The Milwaukee Bucks are committed to winning another NBA championship as long as he and Damian Lillard are on the roster. Antetokounmpo will have a player option for the 2027 to 2028 season, and if he picks it up, he will be a free agent after that season. Giannis Antetokounmpo is 29 years old. He is still in the prime of his NBA career. Antetokounmpo last season with the Milwaukee Bucks averaged 30.4 ppg, 11.5 rpg, 6.5 apg, 1.1 bpg, and 1.2 SPG. He was ranked second in the NBA in points per game and sixth in the NBA in rebounds per game. Some wanted to see Antetokounmpo traded to the New York Knicks before he signed his contract extension with the Bucks. Giannis Antetokounmpo being traded to the Golden State Warriors is an ultimate fantasy for them and their fanbase. Jonathan Kuminga gets honest on future with Warriors despite offseason rumors. It was a long offseason for the Golden State Warriors, who began the summer by saying goodbye to Klay Thompson and spent time afterward trying to land Paul George and Lauri Markkanen. A trade for the Utah Jazz star, in particular, seemed possible but ultimately did not get done after the Warriors reportedly refused to part ways with Jonathan Kuminga or Brandon Podziemski. If executed as reported, the trade would have seen a sizable chunk of Golden State's team heading to Utah in exchange for Markkanen. More specifically, the chunk would have mostly been made up of the Warriors' young core, as Kuminga, Podziemski, and Moses Moody's names were all brought up in preferred returns for the Jazz. Ultimately, the Warriors decided against trading any of their young players and Markkanen signed a long-term extension with the Jazz. According to Kuminga, that shows the trust Golden State General Manager Mike Dunleavy Jr. has in them. "It's not too many people that believe in young players, but I feel like Mike believes in the young guys he's drafted, the young guys he's been around," Kuminga said on the TK Show. He watches them in practice, how they're going to fit with some of the vets we have. "It's a blessing to still be here, and I'm always thankful to be around and Mike having trust in us. Obviously, I don't feel like he made a bad choice. I see Brandon working, I see Moses, I see myself, I see Tracy. I feel like the more we stick together, we'll have a great future." While the Finnish forward didn't come to the Bay and Thompson left the team in free agency after more than a decade, Golden State was active during the offseason. As part of Thompson's sign-and trade to the Dallas Mavericks, the Warriors acquired Kyle Anderson and Buddy Hield from the Minnesota Timberwolves and Philadelphia 76ers, respectively. Additionally, Golden State signed Anthony Melton, who averaged 11 points per game for the 76ers last season. How much the additions will be able to help the Warriors remains to be seen, though. Despite another All-NBA season from Stephen Curry and improved play by Thompson post-All-Star break, Golden State finished in a tie for 9th place in the Western Conference before being summarily eliminated from playoff contention by the Sacramento Kings in the play-in. The Warriors will open their 2024-25 season on the road in Portland. Coincidentally, Golden State will play Markkanen and the Jazz in the second game of the season for both teams.